Good morning, guys. So recently I picked up this 2002 Lexus IS300 right here behind me, and I got it at a really good deal. It runs and drives, but it has a slight issue. And that slight issue being on this Lexus is I have a limp mode. Essentially, when I'm driving down the highway, it is not accelerating whatsoever, but the RPMs are revving out like no tomorrow. It goes up to around 3,000 to 4,000 with no issues, but it's not exactly shifting, and it's not going up to speed at all. It's essentially sitting at maybe 30, 45 miles per hour. And not only am I having this issue, but I'm also having an issue where I accelerate up a hill and it essentially comes to a complete halt and is almost dying, if not stalling out. And when I say limp mode, essentially I'm not saying it's in like the ECU is saying limp mode. Essentially what's happening is this car is idling just fine, it runs fine, but driving overall, it is very slow, sluggish, and very severely under power. And now, for you guys watching this, you probably have an IS300 and you're probably having the similar symptoms. If not, you might not even have an IS300, but a GS or an SC300 as well. Any 2JZ platform with the dual cat system. And you're probably wondering why I mentioned the dual cat system. Now, coming into the engine bay, essentially the issue with these 2Js, especially the variable valve timing ones, now the non-VVTIs I don't believe have this issue, but essentially the dual cat systems, anything with the dual cat system, usually the cats clog up a lot of the times. And essentially if you have this certain code, which is this code right here, and if you have that code, essentially it's probably more than likely your cats are clogged up. Now essentially I have already bought a new cat system. I did not go with the long tube header system. You can get those off of eBay for like $100, but this is overall pretty bone stock and I'd like to keep it OEM as much as possible. This is an eBay OEM style looking header. You could get the long tube. I would honestly probably get that if you're looking for an aftermarket. It might give you like maybe a few extra horsepower, nothing too crazy. But again, this is fairly stock and I'd like to keep it fairly OEM looking. I was able to pick this up off of eBay, I think tax and all, shipping, everything like that, for $160. And it does have the cat system as well. I'm going to go take it out for a test drive to show you exactly what symptoms I'm having, and hopefully you guys have the similar things. You have the similar engine codes, and it kind of helps you get your car back on the road for whatever reason. So before we go for a test drive, I do want to show you guys the car does start up just fine with no problems whatsoever. Now it is a little grumpy. I haven't started this up for probably nearly a few months now. I'm just now getting to it and trying to fix the cars around that I have here. So right now we're just cruising. It cruises just fine. But like I said, the biggest issue is its lack of power and going up hills. We're about to go up on a hill, and I'm gonna accelerate it as much as I can, probably foot to the ground or pedal to the ground. And you guys are gonna see exactly what I'm talking about here any minute. So you can see I'm having my foot to the ground. RPMs are going up, but we are not going anywhere at all. This thing literally loves 30 miles per hour, and I'm going up a hill right now. You guys can see that I'm going up a hill. This thing is not going past 30 and it's at 4,000 RPMs. And I assume the clogged cat is what's causing this issue. So we're back. We're not really throwing any codes on the Lexus, but again, if you have PO, I think it's 320 and 420, I'll throw those up real quick as to what exactly it is. So we're gonna let it cool down for a little bit, probably give about 30 minutes to an hour before we start actually taking it all apart. And I'm gonna show you guys that as well. And I'll be honest with you guys, you might have to do some cutting on these bottom exhaust bolts right here to the cat that goes to the exhaust itself. Usually 9 chances out of 10 are rusted out. All right guys, so a little update on here. We were able to get at least one out. We did have to cut it, so the other half is still on there. We're still gonna have to drill it out. But we got one out. The other one is unbolted. So essentially all it is, if you can see down and in there, you got 3 bolts. Those are known to rust, but these are, I believe, 14 millimeter, 8 of them all in total. Remove all 8 of those and then you're good to go. But yeah, more than likely you're going to have to cut those bolts or cut the exhaust off. And really all you have to remove is just this intake. I think there's like a hose right here, and then these got the little clamps on here. Other than that, that's really all you have to remove. It's super easy, super simple. It's just a pain in the butt if you have an older Lexus, and more than likely you're going to have to cut these off. But we're going to have to drill out those 3 bolts in very far back there. And just like that, we got the other one out. Probably only took me about 5 minutes, because once this one came out, this one hung a lot more, so all the weight was on this. Now here's the strange part. This one here, and you probably won't be able to see in it, but this one here only has half the cat. Now it is super light, but this one here is really, really heavy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut it right here, because we got a spare one anyway. I'm gonna cut it right here because obviously we can't reuse this. I mean, it's cut, it's ruined. So we're gonna cut it and kind of open it up and see what exactly is in it. I'm kind of curious. And coming back down here to the exhaust, you guys can kind of see it. We got a lot of work to do on this one. The other end is still on there to this Y pipe here, and essentially we gotta get that end off of the Y pipe so we can put in the other manifold. That's not gonna be too hard. It's gonna be really easy now that it's like on the ground, easy to get to, and it's not up and in there, and the trans lines are like right there. So super easy, super simple. But let's go cut that guy open real quick. This one here, and I don't know how well it's gonna pick up, that whole entire honeycomb is literally clogged up. Like the pore, I'm gonna call it pores. The pores in this thing is absolutely like loaded to the brim. It's hard to pick up. So yeah, that's definitely the issue, is this cat here. This cat here has no issues because, again, there's barely a cat in there at all. So this exhaust flow is perfect, but this one here is not. And again, this bottom one is the one that's reading, this oxygen sensor here is the one that's reading bad. So all we gotta do now is get that bottom puff of the Y pipe out, and then we're going to install the new one, and then we should be done. It's not really that hard. It probably took me less than 30 minutes to get at least these two cut and done, and it'll probably take me about another 5-10 minutes, since that is easy to get to, and get that other half off. And with that, that is everything installed. Let's hope it starts and kind of sounds a little bit better. We did check the OBD2 reader over here as well. We're not getting any codes or anything like that. Let's go take this for a test drive, and fingers crossed, everything should work. No, I'm still doing what? Fuck. What's wrong with this thing? No, that's not exactly what I wanted. Looks like something's clogged up in there. All right. So I'm sitting here confused because it's not working. I just clocked it. There is another cat on the IS300s, right? Now, the cat was for sure clogged. I could see like the dirt was packed in the honeycomb, right? But that was the full cat. But if I remember correctly, there was another cat that only had half of the other cat. And I'm just thinking, hold up. There's another cat on this system, and I'm missing half of a cat. So somewhere along the lines, that other cat, or the other half of the cat, is probably clogged up in the other cat as well. Bruh. I just, like, that sucks. But at the same time, I mean, I had to replace that exhaust anyway, because it was clogged and it was messed up. So, technically speaking, the other cat is also messed up. Now noted, I will get rid of that one because that one is not needed whatsoever. But that is our actual issue. Well, I mean, that's one of the issues with this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let this cool down, take it off, run it like open pipe, and we'll see what we'll come up with. It is currently the next day, and so we didn't have the best of luck. Noted, we somewhat fixed the issue. I've noticed acceleration was a lot better, but it wasn't 100%. And as I was driving back, I kind of realized that with the second cat missing a bit of the pieces, that it's actually kind of probably sucked in all the way to this other cat further down the Y pipe. And so yeah, we got it jacked up. I've already kind of figured that out. Again, not really proud of this because I was pretty certain that was the problem. And it partially was. But let me show you guys why I think the other cat is also clogged as well. We got the other cat right there. Now my camera is about to die. So what we're going to do is those two bolts right here that go to the muffler part, we're going to take those out, and we're probably just going to like try to blow out as much of this crap out. So we're probably going to get like a chisel and all that good stuff and hammer out a lot of this cat because it's not needed. We are in a non-emission state. Probably best to do that first before we actually go buy an exhaust. We were able to get the bolts off. The cat was indeed stuffed, and the reason I say that is because you see all this fluffy stuff right here? This was pretty much, say this whole cat, right? The bits and remains. All this fluffy stuff right here was in front of the cat. So essentially this stuff was pretty much blocking the whole entire cat. Now I did just blow it out. All I did was just take these two bolts out and just put a hammer and chisel up and in there. And let me get a better view for you guys here. There is no cat whatsoever in there. I mean, there's a bit chunks here and there, which we will get out before we close this guy up. All right, round two. Hopefully this should work. This should work, honestly. I don't see a car coming. Oh! Oh my days, yeah! Look at that! Oh! Oh, yes! Yes! Alright, that was the problem. Well, one of the problems. She is moving. She's not high revving. She's moving like a Lexus should. When I floor it, she goes. Let me get up on a flat right here real quick and I'll show you guys. Alright, here's a little bit of a flat. Oh, she's moving. Look at that. Yes. Now again, we're not on a complete flat. It is still back roads. People back here drive a little wacky tobacky. Hey, so do I. So what's the big deal, right? Well guys, I believe we did fix the Lexus IS300. Well guys, it has been probably about 2-3 weeks of me daily driving this IS300 here behind us, and honestly it has been pretty great of a car. And again, with the whole cats being stuffed up, it breathes and moves a lot better. There is no pretty much limp mode, may I say. There's nothing to it. It drives like a normal car now. And again, I only picked this up for $1,200 on Facebook Marketplace, and the guy thought it was a transmission. Instantly I knew it wasn't a trans. I checked the trans fluid. It looked pretty damn mint. It looked like it was already changed, and I didn't see the trans leaking whatsoever. So all it was just a clogged cat. But yeah, if you guys have this issue with your SC, your GS, or any 2J with that matter, more than likely check your cats, especially if you're throwing that one sensor code. It's more than likely going to be your cats. But yeah guys, it has drove for me absolutely amazing. I've had no issues whatsoever. Now with the cats being clogged up, I do have a cylinder 6 misfire, and I'm sure the other ones are going to have to be changed as well, the spark plugs, because all that carb buildup probably backed up into it. And yeah, we had that kind of issue, but other than that though, no problems whatsoever with it. So if you guys are having that issue, you have that code, go check out your cats. You know, you can always take them apart as well, shine some light through them, and if you don't see light at the other end, more than likely you have a clogged cat. It's pretty easy to kind of test these things. It is a pain in the butt though to get them off. That's the biggest issue I had so far with this car. But with that being said guys, I hope that helped you guys figure out your issues with your limp mode. And if you're having the similar issues, if not though, and you think it might be something else, check your throttle bodies as well. They're pretty well known to go bad. I had a lot of sensors of those go bad in the past on the other one, so check those as well. Again, usually your check engine light though and your codes usually have some sort of a direction to point you at. I hope that helped you fix your car, and if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments and I'll be more than happy to help you guys. But with that being said guys, I'll see you guys in the next one.